stars, get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. And now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion, oblivion. Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Collegiate R6. As always, my name is Jays Wills, and tonight I am joined by Barrett, and I know I can speak for Barrett as well as everyone at CR6 in hoping you all had a restful holiday, a safe holiday, and we hope you are just as eager as we are to get into some unbelievable siege as we continue going into what has been an amazing winter 2020 season thus far. Barrett, I am stoked for this matchup. It's between the University of Texas at Dallas versus the University of Oklahoma. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Definitely excited for the new year. 2020 has been a blessing and a curse. So, but I'm ready to get through 2020. As for the match, though, I did make my debut with Oklahoma University versus OK State. So I'm excited to see them again. They definitely, you mentioned last time, they were a team that had to make a statement, and I think they did against Oklahoma State. But I think they want to get the job done against UT Dallas tonight.
I mean, they definitely have their work cut out for them, and we're going to see exactly how it's going to play out as we take a look at our map bans here. Now, both of these teams have had a wide variety of maps they've played all season. We are here in week 4 of the Open League here in winter 2020, so it's the final week that these teams have a chance to prove themselves going into the playoffs next week. The first 2 bans rolling on through, that's Consulate off the board early, as well as Theme Park. Cafe is going to be the first pick of the night. That is going to be UT Dallas's map pick. Clubhouse will be next. So if we're thinking about, the T3 special, the collegiate special, looks like it might be just around the corner if we see Villa or Oregon. We're not going to see, I believe that's Consulate off the board. Cosign was actually that first ban. And it appears that it is going to round us off with an Oregon decider. So the T3 special is in full effect here tonight, and we are going to see your usual bout of maps here. Cafe, our first map. Clubhouse, our second map, and Oregon to round us off.
Yeah, and I mean, you might mention both these guys picked their maps. Cafe, UT Dallas being theirs. Oklahoma, very strong. We saw last time out against OK State on their map, Clubhouse. So I think the one thing we have to look for in Oklahoma is how they can adapt to each attack. Because I think we saw on Clubhouse the last map or the last time they came out that they kind of got into a rut of attacking a certain way. So I think it's going to be good to see how both teams. I don't know too much about UT Dallas. I guess I will see the first map, but I'm definitely excited for tonight, Jay-Z.
I'm absolutely stoked. And I mean, we do have quite a bit of information, on these two teams and how we think they may stack up against one another. I mean, they both played against Oklahoma State and they both took Oklahoma State to 3 maps. It was a close one. UT Dallas got it a bit closer than Oklahoma did, but they both took it to 3 maps against Oklahoma State. They both destroyed Baylor in 2 maps, a 14-8 and a 14-2, each of those teams respectively. So both of these teams are on a very equal playing field here, and I think it is going to be amazing to see exactly how it plays out. We take a little bit of a look at these rosters here on the side of Oklahoma as we get into this one. It looks like Rush, the IGL for Oklahoma, and Turks are going to be the players to keep your eye on. And on the side of UT Dallas, I've got my eye on Bait, the IGL there, as well as Classic and Edgy Name. These are the players that have been really putting up incredible numbers all season. One number I've got to bring up is Rush. He has exactly 69 kills so far this season. So on paper, at least when you look at the player ratings, you look at the KD, you look at the number of kills, on paper, Oklahoma, stats-wise, is the stronger team. But if you look at their results and how they've stacked up against the other teams in this Gulf Coast division, I might give the edge to UT Dallas.
Yeah, UT Dallas. I think we talked about in the production meeting coming out of one of the strongest divisions, and just because they have all this tough competition, pressure makes diamonds. But you mentioned Rush off the bat. That's who is going to be kind of the saving grace, I think, for OU tonight. He was a stud last time out against Oklahoma State, so I think he's going to keep up the consistency in his performance and able to maybe edge them out, because you've mentioned both dominated Baylor and took OK State to the distance. So we'll see. I'm looking for 3 maps. I would rather see that than 2 quick ones.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think we're definitely going to see all 3 maps. And as we take a look at our finalizing our operator bans here, Thatcher gone early, Jackal next to go, and Mira and Valkyrie will be the defensive bans for Cafe. Seeing Valkyrie banned is no surprise. Valkyrie is probably one of the more commonly banned operators here on Cafe because that pseudo echo, all of those cameras that the Valkyrie can bring to the table are extremely powerful on any map, but particularly Cafe. When an area like Pillars, you can place 1 camera in Pillars and you can have a full sight onto Brown Stairs, Reading Room, Mining Room, the entire Pillars room, and all of the upstairs site. But one thing to note here, Barrett, is we don't see a Wamai ban, but we won't see a Wamai in play, at least in round number 1. And the reason I bring that up is because of how powerful Wamai and Jaeger can be when combined on the pixel position defense on that top floor. And I'm sure we're going to talk about this one later, but for round number 1, as Oklahoma starts off their defense, our focus will go to the first floor. It'll be on Kitchen.
Yeah, and you mentioned, of course, I hope we get to talk about the Wamai Jaeger combo, because those guys are so crucial to keeping yourself from getting killed from utility, as we're going to see OU build their first defense on the first floor here. A very popular site to start out with, but I think you have to wonder, Jay-Z, right here, how OU is going to establish the tone. Each team is trying to come out here and set the pace really for the first round, for the first map. OU is going to defend. This is UT Dallas's pick, but I think OU's got to like their chances right now.
I would absolutely agree. I mean, starting on defense on Cafe, you have a chance to make a statement right now. If you lock this site down and you continue that going into every single site on your enemy's map pick, that can simply be like a huge saving grace for your team, especially if you might be considered the underdogs here. And now I think Oklahoma do consider themselves the underdogs, especially because UT Dallas, they're more of an established team. They are a clearly powerful team that teams are struggling to deal with week after week. And Oklahoma, on their end at least, they are trying to make a name for themselves. And they're going to have to start by doing that here tonight. If they can take UT Dallas the distance, or even take the round win, the series win, they could seriously be making a name for themselves here in this community. But here in round number 1, as a minute has been burned, The top down clear is the name of the game of this round, with all of your UT Dallas attackers working their in from that top floor, opting for that roam clear to eventually establish that pressure onto the site.
Yeah, we're going to see Sugg from UT Dallas just getting intel. I think this is very important. I think you're able to understand to gather a lot from this first round here, intel-wise. So you're going to see Lacobe looking back and forth here on UT Dallas. Definitely, as you mentioned, a top-down approach here. I don't think there's one, the Jaeger Kung Fu from OU. No, I don't think there's anyone really roaming up top. There might be just on the second floor, but it seems like everyone has above. Interesting to see, not bringing a fuse. Of course, they have Jaeger, but no Wamai here. So we're going to see Sugg being oh so very careful here, as shots have yet to really fire out here on the first round of this match.
Yeah, now with 1 minute to go, the push is coming down from the white stairs. Lucobe finds the first pick to Zofia, delivering the headshot onto Rush. That's a good early pick onto that smoke, but the fights are coming down from Lucobe as well, and Lucobe will be taken down, but not out, by Jack Whiskey and Issues playing over there in Whiskey Bar. Now Bait finds one, Jack Whiskey going to be taken down, and Lucobe with the withstand ability is going to be back up and in this fight once again. Oklahoma on the back foot here. Only 3 defenders remaining, and with 30 seconds left in this round, it's going to unfold quickly. Here comes the push, but Lucobe is denied by Issues. That's a good start for these anchors to get some more traction in this round, and all they have to do is waste the time off the clock. With now 15 seconds remaining, it is Edgy Name who picks up the headshot onto Issues. It'll be Kung Fu and Turks left to do it. Kung Fu almost misses, but finds the headshot onto 1, onto 2. That's Edgy Name to fall. Bait has the answer. It's going to be all up to Turks, and he swings, and classic. The R4C will deny it, and UT Dallas will take a successful round number 1.
Yes, UT Dallas getting in, setting the tone early, fast pace, getting into the site. I mean, you definitely waited a long time, of course, to set the pressure. Kind of makes you predictable, but UT Dallas able to apply the shots where they needed to be to pin down the defenders and able to secure round 1. So I think this is, we talked about this earlier, setting the tone, being gaining momentum early. As we see, looking at the scoreboard, kills pretty spread across the board, so it's not one guy getting it done. So I think we're going to look here to see how OU adjusts after such a very meticulous attack, if you will, JZ.
It definitely was meticulous. I mean, they played that by the book, and it worked perfectly. I mean, you love to see the top-down clear, because that is simply your methodical approach to taking map control. You make sure you're not going to deal with any extended roamer pressure, and you take out anyone in your path. And of course, Oklahoma did not opt for that extension. Everybody was on the first floor, ready to defend the site itself. But despite taking all that time on that clear, UT Dallas, they had ample time and ample manpower to take control of the first floor and eliminate that first floor extension as well. It was an impressive attack, and something I'm sure we are going to see continue as we get into round number 2. And we were talking about this earlier, Barrett, but the pixel position is going to be so important here. Of course, Wamai no longer has that deployable shield, and with only the 2 Goyo shields brought to the table, one of them deployed in the freezer, I don't think that pixel position is going to be held as hard as we would normally see that position taken up.
Yeah, and you mentioned the change to Wamai getting the shield taken away from him. So Jack Whiskey is going to opt to use the Goyo shield. Kind of a dangerous game. I know, you have the Ash as an attempt to break the shield, and I think the fire still deploys if I'm not wrong, JZ. That's an off for you to get pushed out of that position because you don't want to be standing in fire. So I think that's going to be very important to see how UT Dallas does to destroy those shields, especially with Wamai, having the shields taken away from him. But you're going to have the projectiles, taken away from you. But as we see Rush here get shot, taken down, 5-4, Classic's going to put him down. Classic's running in with the speed of Ash, so does. Probably just got a piece of him from the top of the hatch there. Going to see Issues looking from the top balcony, trying to find anyone scanning across. Bait's going to throw one of his Selma charges. As we see the silhouettes, looks like something was happening. Lakobe gonna leave a Claymore on red stairs for an unknowing defender, maybe on the flank.
Well, now with one player down, it looks like Oklahoma's been forced to play a bit more passively. As I say that, Kung Fu gonna make me eat my words, swinging all the way out, taking the fight onto Sug. Kung Fu did get the better in that engagement, Sug being dropped down about 15 HP for their troubles, and now Edgy Name working a little bit of that vertical pressure as well, coming from below, looking to pressure onto Heaven. But Kung Fu's gonna pressure onto the Habana, and Sug will hit the floor. The headshot delivered by the 416. And now the stack from UT Dallas looks like they've made their way up into Cigar, and this pressure is going to be mounting for your default west side take. There is a bit of utility to deal with in Piano, and there's also Jack Whiskey to deal with, and he'll deliver the headshot onto Edgy Name. So now with 40 seconds left, this Piano position has not been dealt with, and Lukobe will be taken down by another brilliant shot from Jack Whiskey with the AUG. Classic finds one though. Turks tries to respond but cannot do it, getting taken down, and Kung Fu and Issues are the remaining defenders on the board, but Issues makes their presence felt, finds the headshot onto Bait. Kung Fu with the swing will get the trade, and it's a 1v1 now, as Issues will be unable to res their teammate, and now it's Classic who will solidify the triple kill and is looking for the 4K with 10 seconds left. And without the diffuser, they gotta hunt the frag, and it will land. Classic finds the shots. Issues not playing that one safe enough, and Classic a 4K to deliver UT Dallas to their second round in a row.
Yes, and this is the momentum you want here, especially, setting the tone we talked about. But Classic coming in with the 4K with Ash, getting the quick pick off to the start. You mentioned that OU was going to have to play passive. Did not happen. Habana goes down, Sug gets picked by Kung Fu, who was ultimately our lifer last time we watched this Oklahoma team. The person who stayed alive the most is at the top of the leaderboard, and rightly so, because he's either going to be the second or the last person alive in this scenario. So we're going to see UTD to keep applying the pressure as we see the gridlock being brought out here to maybe sight out those stuck up defenders in certain positions.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, and now we're going to have to see how Oklahoma responds to that brilliant attack once again. Of course, Oklahoma, they had quite a bit more success in that round defending the top floor, but at the end of the day, they could not stop Classic. The Ash just absolutely fragging out here and giving UT Dallas another round win. So now the onus is, of course, on Oklahoma to try to respond to these brilliant attacks, both on Kitchen and on Bar. Now, Barrett, I know you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to talk about it all night long. The adaptability and the ability that these teams have to pivot their strategy round after round, maybe even mid-round, is so important. And that is what separates the good teams from the better teams, from the best teams. And to do that here tonight, to establish themselves as a strong, competitive contender team, Oklahoma is going to have to do exactly that. They're going to have to be able to look at what UT Dallas are bringing to the table, and they're going to have to answer back with a response.
Yeah, and I mean, you can argue that these first few rounds here are just rounds you can dance around with and just try to get understanding of what team is trying to do here. So obviously there are objectives in place, but how you do them is different to each team. As we're going to see Classic here coming off of 4K is looking to keep up the kills as they go from a top-down approach. Looking here, they know where the bomb site is. Going to try to flush people out of Brown Stairs. Classic looking around, attempting maybe to go for an ace. Maybe we'll see an ace tonight, JZ. But that always makes for good content. But right now, as the defenders are stuck down near the bomb site, and rightly so, as they are down 2-0.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if there's going to be any vertical extension from Oklahoma at all to stall out this top-down clear, but we look at, the outlines, we see where these players are positioned, and it looks like they are going with the tried and true turtle on the first floor strategy. Of course, they're not all stuck on the site. They are dispersed around that first floor. But without that vertical pressure whatsoever, not even a roamer to shoot some drones on the way back to the site, This means that UT Dallas was able to efficiently and decisively take map control. And you look at where we are on the clock now, a minute 15 remaining, and map control has been acquired by UT Dallas. This is a brilliant checkpoint to be at if you're this attacking squad, and now all you have to do is extend this pressure onto site and force out these extended players. Rush gonna get forced out here, holding this VIP position, but the Toxic Babes will assist this hold. The deployable shield gets taken down. Lukovi's looking for this frag, but Rush is doing a great job playing time and stalling out the clock. Now Rush is going to try to sneak away, and they will. They'll do it successfully, getting out of that position. And now with 40 seconds on the clock, these defenders are in a much better position than they were last time.
Yeah, we're going to see Jack Whiskey go down. Classic picking up where he left off from last round to keep up the kills going. Rush running away from the original spot of VIP. So we're going to see Turks looking back here. Kung Fu, the lifer of the group, down to half health. Bait's going to be out here getting any intel he can. His drone goes down. Turks going to pick up Lukovi as he goes down. Defenders baited. Bait is going to get Kung Fu. He's already at half health. Very good. Issues going to take down edgy name. Turks is going to pick up Classic. Bait. Oh my god, so much going on. Turks is going to get the C4 on Sug. And the knife from Rush is going to go down as Bait attempted to plant. OU wins round 3. And this was the momentum swing they needed right now.
Well, we talked about it pre-round, Barrett, and we knew how important it would be. The adaptability of Oklahoma, and they put it on display for us in round number 3. The key moment of that round was how much time Rush was able to take off the clock in that VIP position. You had 3 attackers working their way down the white staircase, hoping to get that freezer open. But Rush, on the smoke, just played the clock until the end. It was perfection. Of course, there was so many frags coming out in those last few seconds, like you were saying, Barrett. It was hard to tell what was going on. It all came down to the wire. But if Rush had not played that so perfectly, I'm confident that the final frags, that 20-second push, would have turned out a lot differently because the time was wasted. UTD, they were flustered. They had to send it into sight with no time remaining, with no intel, and with a player on their flank. And that is no way you're going to be able to confidently push into sight and get picks and get site control and get the diffuser down if you have to worry about every single possible angle. So a brilliant job from Rush is what characterized that round for me, and that will give Oklahoma their first round win. And so they're going to be heading back up to Bar and Cocktail, looking to not let Classic find another 4K.
Yeah, and you imagine like they're going to throw a roamer out there at some point. You know, OU opts to go with the turtle strategy that you noted. I think just having a roamer, you know, having it at least in UT Dallas's head, that hey, we're not just safe here. We are not, you know, at any moment we could swing a corner here, and there's a defender waiting just for us at any moment. So I think you have to go with the roamer here, especially in this 3-level map. Here, as we see Bait inadvertently throw his Selma charge. Jack Whiskey's gonna go down here, or he's gonna take down Sug. I'm not entirely sure where, but as we see, Rush might have been droned out here. As we see Bait doing his thing, gonna tell Lukovi, hey, potentially, blind shot. And Rush is gonna lay down some shots on Lukovi. Lukovi is gonna be basically down to very little health, one shot, if you will. Lukovi is going to be looking to trade here with Rush. Rush, we said, was so important for ODs. We're going to see a concussion charge go out here. Rush trading back and forth, eats a concussion charge. Oh, swinging back and forth, bullets flying anywhere. Is able to get the quick pick, though, on Classic. What a shot. And he doesn't even know. Does he know Lukovi is still there, who has very little health? No, he does not. So Lukovi takes down Rush, but Rush putting in work here. Oh, just seconds away here. That was an incredible shot, JZ.
I mean, yeah, wow. That was an impressive shot from Rush to find that first kill. And, well, that's going to be exactly what Oklahoma needed to keep that time on their side in this round. Once again, UT Dallas are now pressed for time and with very little utility remaining, at least to get this push going, losing your Habana and losing your Ash so early on. that is going to prove quite painful as this push eventually comes through. A minute on the clock is quite a bit of time to work with, but you're going to need to find those frags, and Lukobi will do exactly that. The headshot delivered onto Turks will keep us even in a 3v3, but Jack Whiskey something to say about that, as does Edgy Name, taking down Jack Whiskey in response, keeping it even in a 2v2. But you look at where we're at right now, Issues and Kung Fu, full HP, and they are happy to sit and play the time off the clock. Lukobi and Edgy Name, they have to push on up. They are the ones that have the responsibility to take control of this site, and it is Issues and Kung Fu who are going to be looking to stop that. Issues trying to get a bit frisky with the Magnum, maybe trying to get cheeky with it, but no kills delivered just yet. Lukobi searching for the Rook, who's been so elusive in this round. Edgy Name gonna sneak up into sight. Air jab off the freezer. Edgy Name finds the headshot onto the Jaeger. So the plant is now gonna go down, and it is now Oklahoma who are all of a sudden on the back foot. Issues is using the Magnum here. I'm not sure if he spent all of his ammo or he's just using this for fun. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the play is here, but the headshot is lined up. Oh, Edgy Name, no way. He did the, oh, that is just the worst possible situation. That is a guaranteed win from UTD. That was thrown away by a team kill and a beautiful Magnum shot from the Rook. What a way to end that round.
You know, and I'm not really sure if it would have made the difference because I know Lukobi was so low in health. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need the luck of certain situations like that to happen where everything lines up. You know, wow. All I can say is wow. Oklahoma ties it up. You know, credit to them though. They did get the quick frag after start with Rush there. But yeah, you could make the case it was a round thrown away. But nevertheless, it is 2-2 now as we enter into round 5 here on Cafe. JZ, I guess where do you? I guess you just forget about that round. Maybe you throw that round away.
I mean, the way it ended was quite questionable, but it did look like, at least in the final 30 seconds, it was a round that Oklahoma should have won. And what transpired after that 30 seconds defied all expectations and reality, so maybe we'll ignore that. But at least up to like 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the round, Oklahoma had played that very well. They had the men advantage, they had the time on their side, and they had the health to boot. They had 2 defenders simply just waiting patiently, seemingly not patiently enough, for UT Dallas to walk into their open arms, and it played out the way that it did, but at the end of the day, it was a round that Oklahoma should have won, and it was a round that they did win. And that's all that matters here. Heading into round number 5, you can shake off what just happened if you're UT Dallas. That won't happen again. Do not team kill, and you'll be fine. So it's 2-2 now, heading into round number 5.
Yes, and we're going to see the op for the second floor site, which, you know, as we've seen all so far throughout the round has been top-down defense. So we're going to see, actually, yep, everyone's going to be repelling up. So UT Dallas is going to go to the top here, and I think you're going to have to definitely establish, if you're OU, to have someone on the third floor there to stop people, to stall time, to do anything in your power to prevent UT Dallas from getting out and running. To get on bomb site here, because if you're gotta worry about two defenders, or I'm sorry, attackers above and below, it doesn't really help you in any sort to attend. But we're gonna see Classic here, or we're gonna see Lukobi here, just repelling off to the side, looking to see if he can get anyone peeking on that side here. I think we see, yes, an OU defender, Jack Whiskey, looking towards that window. So just the angles don't match up for them to see each other. But we see a bit of a pre-fire here from the outside. Moving over to Classic. Bullets are being flung at him. It's okay. He's going to get default cam, kill any intel OU can have. Suggs going to fly in from the outside here and get Turks. So that's an important pick there. If he swings in there, he has an opportunity to get Jack Whiskey. We're going to see Jack Whiskey, though, basically hidden amongst everyone. Rush is going to get the pick on Sug, so it's all evened up at 4-4 here. Rush did take quite a bit of damage, though, so he's going to have to be mindful of that. Jack Whiskey's going to be trading some shots, but no, he goes down. Bates able to pick him up. I believe they had the third floor. Rush is going to go down. He was sitting on white stairs. Edgy Name takes him out. Kung Fu, the lifer, is going to be sitting here again. Jay-Z, it's going to be an exciting minute 05 left in the round.
Well, that it is. The vertical control has been swiftly taken from this UT Dallas attack. And when you're on Reading Room and Fireplace Hall, the vertical control is what it's all about. With Issues and Kung Fu, the last players remaining, they are going to have to do something miraculous if they want to win this round. Now with vertical control, all this attack has to do is extend that control into pillars and go for that Reading Room plant. And that looks like Bait is going to be doing exactly that, supported by Edgy Name, playing over on that new balcony with those air jabs in pocket. Kung Fu will be precariously placed behind this bookshelf, hoping to stall out this push, but his position is known, and Edgy Name looking to capitalize. Kung Fu taking quite a bit of damage, but it's Issues, in fact, who finds the shots onto Lukobi. Classic has the answer, the headshot delivered. Now a 1v3. Kung Fu is going to have to clutch. He'll take down one, but two more is what they'll need to find in this round. Kung Fu now on the flank, looks for one, finds it. It's Edgy Name down, and now it's a 1v1. Kung Fu, he could choose to play vertical here and run upstairs, and it looks like exactly what Kung Fu's gonna do. His position is known, the air jab goes out, and with 25 seconds remaining though, Kung Fu needs to get going. There is not gonna be enough time if the time is just ticking away like it is. And with Bait proving just too elusive right now, Kung Fu has chosen incorrectly. Now rotating down into laundry, trying to find some traction, but Bait will shut it down, and Kung Fu will not be able to finish out what looked like it could have been a brilliant clutch, with UT Dallas taking their third attacking round win, making it a 3-2 scoreline in the favor of UT Dallas.
And I can't really blame Kung Fu for the path he took. It just seemed very unfortunate for him to run into the two air jabs. First one to let his position be known, and then the second one just to stall him from getting back to the bomb. Of course, Bait was waiting for him in the hatch, but bad luck. I think bad luck. So I think two cases now where we've seen tough luck for both teams in the closing moments of each round. I think more the team kill was more important, but the two air jabs I think made up for it. So we're going to see a similar roster for both sides here, but I think that was very tough for Kung Fu in the event of him trying to get back to defuse the diffuser.
I mean, I think you make a great point, Barrett. I think, that really could have gone either way in those closing seconds. Had Kung Fu made a couple of different decisions, maybe it wouldn't have played out the same way. But, I mean, really, that round wasn't really characterized by mistakes on the side of Oklahoma. It was really just a brilliant push from UT Dallas. I mean, if you're on that tertiary bomb site, if you're over in Reading Room and Fireplace, it's a tough site to defend. So you need to extend the vertical pressure. And on an attack, you need to take vertical control as fast as humanly possible without losing too much utility. And that is what UT Dallas did perfectly. Sure, they lost Sug early on, but the pressure from above was simply too much for Oklahoma to handle. They didn't fall off those angles when the pressure was mounting, and as a result, they could not control that top floor, and as a result, they lost control of the site itself. So, on round number 6, we're going to have to see if UT Dallas can do that once again. But what's different in this round is they know that they don't have a roam presence to deal with because Oklahoma does not bring that vertical extension in play. They turtle on that first floor. So with 2 minutes and 25 seconds in this round, the vertical play already begins. And the first frag will begin as well, with Turks finding the head of Sug, who was too busy using the breaching hammer to Swiss cheese the floor to take that gunplay.
Yeah, and that's an important pick. They opt to don't have the roamer, but turtling, you're able to, they're coming to you. So if you can wait and find them in certain spots, I think unfortunate for the sleds there, Sug, just poor timing, of course. We're going to see Rush here tucked up close up against in the VIP section here. Just going to wait for anyone unsuspecting. Jack Whiskey must know someone's there, and he's not wrong because he's been staring just to the right of him. Rush is going to get the shot off. Doesn't land all the way, though, as Lukobi's going to pick up Rush there. Just missed nearly. So Lukobi, again, no stranger to having minimal health, though, as he's gotten it done multiple times. Kung Fu sitting in almost a perfect spot, if you will, in coat check, just waiting for someone to come off the brown stairs. shots sprayed, traded back and forth. We have to think that was Lukobi there, who was very weak. Lukobi and Edgy Name's going to go down as Turks and Kung Fu take out them two. And 2v4 right now in favor of Oklahoma. Classic, who's been the fragger right now for UT Dallas, knows people are in coat check. Maybe opting to swing really quick. And he does! Gets Kung Fu. Wow, what a shot. Bait takes down Turks. 1v2 in favor of Oklahoma as Jack Whiskey takes care of Bait. Classic going to be swinging in here. Doesn't have the bomb with him. Knows people. And his position is known. Classic is going to be spraying randomly all over now. Takes down the Malusi. I don't know. What do you even call that, Jay-Z? But I know what it does. I don't know what it's called. As he's going to be moving into sight here. But it's going to go down as Issues takes care of him. As Oklahoma takes care of round 6.
Well, to answer your question, Barrett,
Yeah.
generally I call it a wub-wub. It is officially
I was going to say it.
Yeah, it is officially called a banshee, but everyone in the community understands that you call them wub-wubs. Everybody does, and that is a very common term for them. So you feel free to go with wub-wub because that's what I usually prefer. But you look at that last round, Barrett, and you really got to say how mixed bag that was for both of these teams. It looked like it was going to be a clean UT Dallas win. I mean, they made a brilliant adaptation using the information that they learned from that previous Oklahoma defense on this site. And with some brilliantly pre-placed drones, they knew there was no roam pressure. They could go directly into that second floor and get the vertical pressure going within 30 seconds. It was brilliant, that start. But unfortunately, for at least UT Dallas, they could not extend that take over into Whiskey Bar. Some very persistent defenders were hanging out in coat check in reception, and they did not allow the UT Dallas push to find any fruit over on that east side of the first floor. So brilliant defense from Oklahoma to make that happen, and overall a brilliant half for both of these teams. 3-3 on Cafe. This really could go either way for the rest of this map. You know, neither team really ran away with it. Both teams had a brilliant job of adapting and changing their strategy, just like we've talked about, and how important that can be. And so now our focus shifts. It is now UT Dallas on the defense, and it seems that they will extend Classic to this top floor to go for that time delay and that roam.
Yeah, and I mentioned at the start of this broadcast how well if Oklahoma can adapt when they attack, because I've seen in the past, though it only has been 3 maps, they have kind of gotten into a rut of how they attack. But I think right now we're going to see how each team, this is the first round for each side, defending and attacking, as we flip positions here. So we're going to see Kung Fu, as we said. Classic's going to be hung up on the 3rd floor here. Just trying to see if he hears anyone. Is there a second defender upstairs? So it's Lukobi. So going to be sitting on white stairs in the attempt. Edgy Name's going to take some damage as he, I think, was bandit tricking right there. Yes, he's going to get flashed. And the grenade is going to come out from Kung Fu. So the bandit trick fails here. And Kung Fu is able to get a pick. Lukobi here on the white stairs. Oh, is the air jab's gonna come? What the heck? The air jab is actually gonna help right here. Bait is gonna take down Turks is gonna take down Lukobi. What a sequence of events we have right now. Turks gonna be opening up the top floor in an attempt to see someone sleeping in the corner. Classic still hidden away. Bait's gonna take some damage here from a OU attacker, Jack Whiskey. Bait, as we see, it's going to go down. Turks is going to pick him up. Jack Whiskey's going to pick up Sug. 1v4 in favor of Oklahoma. Another air jab. We've seen this one before. Classic going to be sitting away from the site. Plant is going to be going down from Issues. Classic's going to pick up Turks, so in white hallway. So his position might be known. We're going to see the swing here. Last seconds, we see a gun stuck in the door, in the wall. Classic gonna make a play, but not gonna be able to do anything with that, as Issues was waiting for him in the breach hole. JC, these rounds are very entertaining. I will definitely say that.
Absolutely, I would agree with you there, Barrett. I mean, that round, while you look at the macro strategy, it was a brilliant attack from Oklahoma. They took control of that first floor, and they wasted no time to get the site pressure going. But I think what we all will remember from that round is the air jab battle that occurred between the Jaeger and the Ash on the white stairs. The flank was perfect. It was timed beautifully. The Jaeger had the shots, but the air jab detonated. Both players got thrown back, and, well, it didn't go in the favor of the defender, to say the least. Now, it is now 4-3 in the favor of Oklahoma. I don't think anybody expected, especially UT Dallas, I don't think they expected to see such a performance from Oklahoma here on Cafe, especially it's UT Dallas's map pick, of course. You would expect them to be a bit stronger, but Oklahoma have clearly come tonight to play. They have come prepared, and they are ready to take this fight to UT Dallas and make a name for themselves. And at least in this first map, they have done exactly that. Taking a 4-3 lead, now shifting to the attack. This could be very good for them if they continue the attacking pressure we saw from them in that previous round.
Yeah, OU has clearly done their homework on UT Dallas. Not saying that UT Dallas is predictable, but of course each team has their own strategies and tendencies to do on certain sites. So I think if you're UT Dallas, you're not concerned just yet. It's 3-4, definitely nothing to be scared about. But I think if you start slipping rounds here now, then you might want to wake up here real quick and take care of business, because this is your map, the one you picked, and you are expected to do oh so well on that map. So as we're going to see basically a split approach, unless we see Rush and Issues going to be sitting down on the bottom. No, we're going to see Issues on top here. So Rush at the bottom, probably just doing some classic droning with the sledgehammer, going to be opening up those hatches. Issues going to be doing some recon. So he sits here in Cigar. He sees a Legion mine. So that is some intel on what could be happening if they walk around an unsuspected doorway. Edgy Name's going to be sitting up here on the 3rd floor looking for someone to maybe swing from the window. Couldn't really see if the wall was reinforced. We're going to see Turks. Basically, a lot of OU spread around here right now. And we're going to see Lukobi here just doing anything that he wants to stall here at this point. Classic going to keep up. Lukobi is going to take care of Turks, but at what cost? Is he is very low on health. Lukobi trying to take anyone to the grave with him. 4v4. Rush is going to send him down, but he's able to get a piece of Rush. So Lukobi did nothing. He didn't do all that for nothing, but we're going to see Classic sitting in the fireplace here. Rush looking completely the other way. So if Classic wants to make a move here, Rush is an easy target. Rush does know about Classic now. We're going to see maybe someone coming from the white stairs. Classic going to be looking around here. Bullets flying over the head. Rush is going to take care of Classic, though. Downs him, doesn't kill him. 3v4 in favor of Oklahoma. Rush, who does have almost 25% health right now. Kung Fu. Oh, very close here. Legion's going to go down as Edgy Name gets taken out by Kung Fu. It's going to be 2v4 in favor of Oklahoma. Very, very high pace right here. Not as quick as the other matches, JZ, but this is getting pretty spicy.
And now Sog looking to get spicy on this doorway here with the M590, looking up the peeking the angle, but taking quite a bit of damage. The nade comes through as well, and now Sug will get out of dodge and retreat over into the freezer. Now Fate holding Cocktail with the Alda, trying to hold out this push from Planks as long as possible. Kung Fu with the swing, but shut down by the Alda. That's one headshot from Bait delivered, but that's going to be Sug, the next player to fall. And now Bait is alone in a 1v3, and Jack Whiskey going to clean it up with a clean double kill, taking down the Maestro and giving Oklahoma another successful attacking round win to give them that 5-3 score line and an overwhelming advantage here as we head into round number 9. But Barrett, one thing we've got to talk about here is how UT Dallas are going to adapt. Because if you think back to the very beginning of this map, this is the exact same way that it played out at the beginning. It was 2 successful attacks from UT Dallas, followed by brilliant defensive adaptations, resulting in that comeback in that equal 50-50 split on that first half. So now our eyes now shift to UT Dallas and exactly what they're going to change up on their defensive half here. What are they going to do differently to stop this very potent Oklahoma attack that has been finding their picks, finding that roam clear, and that has been pretty damn successful so far.
Yeah, and it's not like OU is running at super crazy pace. Like, yes, UTD has opted to go with the Legion again in an attempt to slow down the attack, but it seems like they're just winning gunfights. I think Rush and Turks right now are crazy. They are the ones who have kind of gotten the picks, the trades, if you will. Kung Fu is the leader in frags right now, but I think those two especially are the ones who win those key pinching gunfights. We saw Lakobe, who's also been pretty good at that right now, winning those sneaky frags, if you will. But I think right now, if you're UT Dallas, you have to pull out all the stops right now to stop the bleeding, because getting the 3 rounds away here, you don't want to be sitting on match point on the map that you pick, especially right now, because this is the first map, and you get the map you want in the first round. But I think you have to pull everything out right now in order to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely correct. I mean, they're going to have to find something here to stop this attack, because it has been very successful. It has been very clean, and they're showing no signs of stopping. Classic on the pulse will be playing below, but the drone army pouring his way will suss out that position. So now Oklahoma know that they need to either deal with the pulse playing below, or just send it into piano before the nitro cell can rain out from below. Sug will be positioned in reading room to support the pulse, but Turks will be creeping up the red stairs looking to get this clear going, and probably looking to get that vertical pressure extended on towards Cocktail. But here comes the fight. Turks looking for the head of the pulse as the drone work is successful. They know exactly where the pulse is, but Turks cannot find the shot. Classic coming out in this engagement ahead right now, but the crossfire has been established and the head taken off. Rush, the R4C, will deliver the headshot, and now Classic will be the first player to fall. And with mining room cleared, Sug will be the last remaining defensive pressure on this side, looking for the shots. Finally will find them, as Turks will be the next player to hit the floor, and now Suggs will be rotating away back to the safety that Edgy Name will be providing.
Yeah, and we mentioned having the presence of a roamer, Rush, who unknowingly doesn't know that Edgy Name Sug has walked back upstairs, but still now Rush has to think about, oh my gosh, is there a roamer around me? Is there someone who's going to be looking for me as I peruse around this second floor? As we see Kung Fu blowing up frags here, ultimately probably blowing up a Legion mine and some barbed wire as he goes out to drone to get any type of clearance. You see Sug's going to be sitting on white stacks here, going to be looking for anyone to walk down that corridor. Kobe sitting in a very interesting angle here. We're going to see how that plays out. Kung Fu does note that there is an eagle eye. We do know that. You should know that. But here we are, Jack Whiskey. Maybe something's going to get turned up here. A little bit of action as we see the Jaegers. Sug's going to take down. Sug's going to take out 3. Sug's going to take out 4. Quad kill. Rush is going to take down Sug, ending the 4K in the attempts of an ace, but it does not matter. Edgy Name takes down Rush. Man, I was really hoping we were going to see an ace. Sug, very close. Just turned the wrong way in order to prevent himself from getting the ace, but Edgy Names takes down Rush and does get the round win for UT Dallas, making it 4-5 in favor of Oklahoma. So they stopped the bleeding, Jay-Z.
They did, and they're still going to have to continue that, though. I mean, the way that round was playing out, it did not seem that UT Dallas was going to win that round, but the Jaeger was able to find a massive 4K, and that is the sole reason that round was won by UT Dallas there. If that 4K was not found, I think we would have seen another easy Oklahoma attacking round win, and I think we're still at the point where it could still be problematic for UT Dallas here. Oklahoma are looking really strong, and they are moving ahead swiftly. It was simply a fluke 4K, at least that's what Oklahoma are saying, a fluke 4K, that's the reason they lost their round. So UT Dallas cannot win this map or cannot win this series on the shoulder of one particular player or another. They need to be playing as a coordinated team. That's something that they lacked in those first 2 defensive rounds, but something that looked like it was just going to shine through and nearly was the reason they won that round. But it's definitely a couple of things that they could work on, resulting in that coordination. The Pulse was alone in mining, challenging multiple players, while Sug, the Jaeger, was holed up in reading room, not supporting the Pulse. Maybe that could have been done better. But regardless, the round win, it did go in the favor of UT Dallas, but they are still going to have to continue to make some changes, because what we saw from them on that last round, that's not quite enough to beat an Oklahoma attacking team who has clearly come tonight to play.
Yeah, I think we've seen, you mentioned the 4K happening way too many, that doesn't come often, especially with, especially on defense like that. I think that he was just very lucky to see a cluster of attacking OU players. So as we're going to see Turks here, the battle between the Brown Stairs on bar, 5-4 in favor as Turks goes down. Sug keeping up the kills here as he's back on pace. Does take a little bit of damage, but it's worth it for the kill, taking a gun off the board. Bait's going to be flashed out here twice as they are working on that white exterior wall here. Issue is going to be getting the placement here. As we see an impact just to go down, just to scare someone. I think that destroys the thermite, the breaching charge there. Flash is going to go down, walks away evasively, and is able to deter the effects of a frag comes in from the other side, though, making Bait scurry out as an impact goes down. Deters. Nice job on the outside there to stop the wall breach on the white wall outside there. So we're going to see Jack Whiskey on the attack as they have to change their plans with the lack of frags now. Drone's going to be coming in, so he's going to get some intel as he walks in, just holding an angle as the drone dancing around the shots of the defender. As we see action kind of calm right now, Jay-Z, but anything can happen here with minute 15 left.
Well, we gotta highlight that beautiful impact tricking Barrett. It was perfect from Bait, shutting down those exothermic charges and preventing the push from the freezer. Lukobi gonna prevent the reception push, finding one kill, finding two, as Sug will deliver another, making that a triple kill for the team, as Issues desperately searches for something, but he cannot find it. Classic has the headshot and gives UT Dallas another defensive round win, and this is exactly what we talked about. It's playing out the same way, and it is 5-5 going into round number 11. It could not be any closer than this.
Yeah, and this is, exactly what you talked about, Jay-Z. The round's going out this way, and then momentum's going to be switched. UT Dallas, though, we talked about stop the bleeding. Well, they just healed themselves with a flawless round, making it 5-5 here. So I'd rather see this than a complete blowout. So I like to see this. This is great content for everyone watching. As we're going to see, not too many lineups change, but I think we're going to see UT Dallas. They pulled out. I think all the stops here are definitely were able to change. You mentioned it, adaptability of what they can do, what each team can do mid-round. I think preparations-wise, UT Dallas has changed what they wanted to do. By having people assist them, going with the castle, I think has been a big benefit to them. You mentioned it, the impact tricking was great for them, able to deter the attackers to get into that white hallway from the exterior wall there. So honestly, this is good. I love seeing this. OU, though, is now time for them to respond, to pull out a different strat here to deter UTD from getting on match point, because right now this is it's 5-5, so you got to be, your kind of margin of error is slim, Jay-Z.
It is. I mean, we're coming down to the wire, and I would not be surprised if we see overtime as well, but the team that goes ahead here will have their chance at match point, so they could very well prevent it from going the distance, but like I said, I would not be surprised if it did. Now here in round number 11, the focus has now shifted to the tertiary bomb site. It's reading room and fireplace hall. We saw this come on the first half just one time. That was Oklahoma, who went there after, just like we said, the same situation, 2 defensive round wins in a row, resulting in that tertiary bomb site brought into play. That means vertical control is the focus of the round, both for the defensive team and this attacking team. We're already going to see Jack Whiskey and Turks working their way in from that red hatch, trying to find exactly where these defenders are positioned. Classic will be below in mining, providing that information with the heartbeat sensor, while there are 2 players positioned in cocktail, waiting for that push to come through. Classic is just using these pseudo wall hacks to give that information to these anchors upstairs, and Kung Fu is going to be looking to capitalize on that at least, but Sug will capitalize on that information for the time being, taking down Jack Whiskey, removing the Nomad, and removing those pesky air jabs from play here.
Yeah, we're going to see Turks flicking back and forth here. Classic going to have all the intel in the world right now. I'm surprised. Well, he's just not under him enough, but he's under Rush right now in the attempt. Maybe Bait comes out here and picks him off. Sug, who just previously got the kill on Jack Whiskey, is looking to make for more. Oh, he's just missed him as we see him in the third floor. Issues going to be getting the drone out here. Hopping over the barbed wire. He is known. Sug is known on White Stack, so more than likely he's going to get away from that. Frag is charged up. He's going to eat a little bit of a smoke. Breach is going to go away. Bait's going to take half the damage from the frag, and his deployable shield is gone. No idea what it is. They're going to retreat back here. Bait, I think they know. Sug made the noise to make him go away, but Rush is going to get him off the window here as he is down and not out. Edgy Name's going to finish him up here. Kung Fu is going to take down Bait. Out of here. Nitro Cell ready, but it doesn't matter. 3v3 in the event. Rush is going to take down Edgy Name. Rush is going to be looking here. Destructible camera comes down from Kung Fu as he's going to drone into the bomb site. Maybe get turned around there. Sug, we're going to see him in the janitorial closet there. If you're watching the hatch in the event that someone comes down, but there is no one there. 2v2 as there's going to be a trade here. Lukovi's going to go down, but not before taking out Kung Fu as Issues takes down Lukovi. Sug's going to be sitting in sight. Plant is going to go down. Bullets just seemingly to miss. Sug's going to go down. Not dead, though, but it doesn't matter because Rush is going to pick up both of them as OU takes round 11 to extend themselves to a 6-5 lead, putting them on match point.
Well, at the end of the round, it was, of course, Oklahoma who took that victory. But I gotta say, and I hate to say things like this, but Oklahoma had no business winning that round. UT Dallas threw that one away. It was 20 seconds on the clock, or 30 seconds really, when the vertical control had finally been established by Oklahoma. It took so long for that vertical control to go down because of a brilliant top floor defense from UT Dallas. They locked that top floor down. But unfortunately, when it came down to it, they didn't surrender those positions and they got over aggressive with a couple of angles. The C4 in the hand of the Mute, that was a poor placement, a poor micro positioning from the Mute, resulting in their death. And that furthered in every single part of that round. It did not have to, fall the way that it did for UT Dallas. They had that round win. When there were 30 seconds on the clock and there was still a defender upstairs without cocktail control surrendered, you could consider that round over in the favor of UT Dallas in the traditional sense. But it seemed that Oklahoma, well, they had something different on their minds. They stormed ahead. They took control and they found the frags they needed. It was a surprising result, but a result in the favor of Oklahoma nonetheless. And like you said, Barrett, it is match point, 6-5 in the favor of Oklahoma. They could very well take this first map if UT Dallas don't find the traction that they need here.
Yeah, and this is going to be a statement if Oklahoma takes care of UTD. One last round here. As we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, UT Dallas picked Cafe in an attempt to, in their mind, they think they had an advantage here, whether it's strats or gunfights or knowing just where to play and when to do it. So I think right now, I think if you're UT Dallas, you got to go back to what works for you, your bread and butter. And I think they're doing that. I believe they went back to the third floor. Yes, second floor maybe. So
Top floor,
it's hard. Yeah, top floor. Yeah. So we're gonna see if they believe, like you said. I think there were certain things that happened last round that kind of stopped them from getting the result they wanted. OU had different plans, of course, but I think in UT Dallas's eyes, I think they could get a win here. They're going back to the site, a top floor here, and they need a win right now, or this map is going to OU.
Absolutely right. I mean, they're on the precipice of something great here. Oklahoma are, rather. I mean, they could easily run away with this one, but it's Sug who will shut that down. Turk's the first player to fall. Losing your Zofia so early is a big deal. That is a lot of utility, not to mention 2 drones and a very strong fragger of Turks off the board. So that pseudo White Stairs rush is not going to pay off by any stretch of the imagination, as Sug delivered that final kill, but Kung Fu has now worked their way up into top of Red Stairs, but Sug on the flank finds another one. That's Rush. The next player to follow the double kill from Sug has now delivered UT Dallas to a 5 versus 3 man advantage. This looks like it could very well go in their favor here, but if this is anything like last round, Oklahoma have the answer that they need, but Sug will make me eat my words. The triple kill on the round as Issues finds their early grave as well. The Pokeball code goes out, and Kung Fu takes 50 damage. Jack Whiskey looks for the shots on the Jaeger, but no! The quad kill delivered, and now Sug, another quad kill, looks for the ace, but Lukobi will shut that down, and UT Dallas, another flawless defensive round win, moving us on to overtime.
Sug has got to be running as soon as this gets. I know there's a delay on the chat, but Sug has got to have the name flying in the chat right now, because Jay-Z, a few rounds ago, this player was only at 2 kills, and now he's come out with a back, 2 4Ks in the last 3 rounds here. So Sug right now is holding it down, locking it down. This is exactly what UTD Dallas needed right now. Look at him. Yeah, as you see from our observer, nice work there. 12 kills for him. He has definitely been the sole reason that UT Dallas hasn't given up this map, is because of the defense work from him being the Jaeger these last 3 rounds, really, with the flank, with 2 kills really on the second floor, having the roamer, having the presence, I think is very important, and Sug shows why. So they're going to go back here. It's going to be overtime, pressing it to overtime. As if you don't know, you have to win by 2 here. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. So UT Dallas, I think if you're them right now, you have the momentum, Jay-Z.
I mean, you definitely do. You definitely have Oklahoma's number. You know exactly what they're going to be doing, and it appears you have exactly what it takes to shut them down. And, well, that would be Sug. Sug is the thorn in the side of Oklahoma that they cannot seem to deal with right now. And if Sug continues that Jaeger roll, which it seems like Sug will be doing here with this in round number 13 at least, it's going to be Oklahoma who have to deal with him, and that is going to be easier said than done, as has come to fruition in the last few rounds with multiple 4Ks. Just incredible performance from Sug thus far. But now our focus shifts to Kitchen. Both of these teams have brilliant Kitchen attacks, so Oklahoma clearly are going to be looking to get this pressure mounting. They had 1 successful attacking round on Kitchen and 1 unsuccessful attacking round on Kitchen. So obviously they're going to be looking to emulate some of that first round success, getting that early attack going, and that will simply be how fast can they get this roam clear and how much map control can they take in an efficient amount of time.
Yeah, and we see here, it doesn't look like to be any third floor roamer. So again, we're going to go with the top-down approach, which is perfectly fine, very common. There are people on the second floor, though. I believe Sug and Classic, both there to support each other, kind of distancing themselves apart. But that's okay, though, because Sug has been able to show that he's able to take care of himself in these instances. Turk's random bullets flying down almost gets a piece of Classic. I don't know if that was drone information or just random shots, but we're going to see Sug holding an angle here. Of course, coming off, it's had 4Ks, is able to make a difference. Classic going to be trading some shots. I believe he's droned out here, folks. He's going to take some bullets coming in from White Stairs, and he's going to go down. Not out yet, though, but Kung Fu looking to take care of him. Sug's going to take care of his buddy, though, as he saves Classic's life for the meantime. Down, but not out just yet. Rush is probably looking, unless he doesn't see him, is going to take care of Classic. But Sug making it 4-4 right now, able to take care of him. Sug very close. Oh, and last second looks away. Rush and Jack Whiskey are able to take care of Lukobi and Sug, making it 2-4 in favor of Oklahoma. Very pressing moments left in this match. A minute, just hit the minute mark. They have found the bomb. Of course, they already knew where it was, so it didn't really matter. Just a prompt on the screen. Issues and I believe it was Turks above, probably going to be coming from white stairs. Bait and Edgy Name going to have to just wait and hold different angles. The impact tricking, of course, is going to become so crucial right now. It's not going to happen, though, because Issues as the Ace is going to open up that white exterior wall in an attempt to get any angles here. Bait's going to have to be careful peeking his head as he almost backs into the line of sight of the attackers. Jack Whiskey firing some shots in here. An inadvertent flash as he stuns his teammates. I'm not sure. That was definitely not planned. Bait's going to look away, though. Going to go down 1v4. Bomb's either going to have to go down or they're going to find Edgy Name. The bomb has not gone down yet. Is now started to be planted. Edgy Name going to have to make some magic here as the Nitro Cell goes out. Does go down! What a throw! Edgy Name getting the crucial Nitro Cell on it. Jay-Z, what a play. Edgy Name holding it down for UT Dallas. A crucial win in overtime.
Oh my goodness. As that one was unfolding, I saw what the Kaid was trying to do. I saw that Ish was like, just going to play time, not peek an angle, and hope to lob a God C4 over to the bomb. And it paid off.
Wow.
And it paid off brilliantly. I cannot believe that just happened. There have been so many moments in this first map that have just been completely mind-boggling. This has been an absolutely fantastic match to watch so far, and I just cannot wait to see what we have in store for these future maps as well. But our focus remains here on Cafe. It is round 14 now we have in front of us after that successful defensive win from UT Dallas. UT Dallas will now shift to the attack, and they will have to attack Kitchen. Oklahoma, on that last round, they had a perfect, and I mean perfect, Kitchen attack. You just could not plan for that situation in those closing seconds. You have to be aware that there's always a C4 that could become lobbing your way, except for that final situation. It was nearly perfect. So a brilliant job from that UTD team in that last round, but they're going to have to emulate some of that success on this attack as well. They have brilliant kitchen attacks. They've done it before, but Oklahoma have some brilliant kitchen defenses of their own as well. Which one will we see in round 14? Well, I guess we're going to have to find out.
And you can't even blame Issues to where he planted a very safe spot, has the exterior wall opened up. So, it's just random luck. I think we've seen a lot of it, not luck, but just crazy plays, small chances, instances happening in this round, JC. Going back to the team kill, just the double air jabs on defense to deter the defender. I mean, this is just crazy things that have happened. I mean, credit to Edgy Name getting the Nitro Cell through the punch hole to deter the deplanter of the diffuser. But I mean, this is exciting. This is what you want to see, especially in a very a match that has a lot of weight. I mean, overtime is very interesting, and it only heightens the experience and the content that you get to see here. But as we're going to see drones flying out as we've hit the 2-minute mark, Lukobi is going to be dropping down from the rappel. From the skylight. He's going to look to kill the default cam that has already been taken out. Kobe and Classic looking to make a push here, potentially from the white stairs of the area. Of course, both teams super good at attacking Kitchen. I believe this is like what makes them so evenly matched is their ability to attack and defend Kitchen. I think that's been the story of the map. How they attack and defend Kitchen, shaking off maybe some intel from their teammates as we see Sug walking into mining room, maybe weary of any defenders as he looks and runs away. Going to be using the sledgehammer, though, to open up the spots here in the attempt to kill any OU defenders sleeping in a corner. A Nitro Cell is going to go out, though, from Turks. It's just split Classic. I have no idea how those two missed. Issues was only the one who's going to have any damage, but I think that wasn't related to the Nitro Cell. Sug's going to be opening up more of the ceiling above B site here. So if you're OU, you're going to have to maybe get away from the site as there's not going to be too much cover left for you to be part of. You're going to see Edgy Name, though, sitting from the brown stairs there. Nothing's going to happen as Jack Whiskey's going to walk back into the site, sit up and hold up into a corner. Don't want to make any mistakes here, as this is very important on who is going to go down and who is going to stay alive. Edgy Name's going to take out the Legion Goo Mine as an attempt, as an audio cue is going to be used for the OU defense. Jay-Z, this is looking spicy here at the end here.
Oh, it absolutely is. Now 15 seconds are all that remain on the clock, and this push has to come through from UT Dallas, but it is nowhere to be seen. Rush finds that first kill, Classic with the response, as will Jack Whiskey. Now Edgy Name pushing in Freezer, but absolutely denied. Rush with a triple kill. It's all up to Classic, but without the time left on the clock to work with. It is Oklahoma who take a defensive round win, and we could not have predicted this, or well, I guess we may have. It was going to go the distance, and it did. Round 15 is now on the horizon.
Yes, 7-7 now. Rush, very clutch moments there to deter the attackers of UTD. This is, I mean, I'd rather see this 7-7. Let's go the distance. I'm here all night. I mean, we got energy drinks available to us. We can stay up all night and watch this. I mean, this is great. I'd rather see this than a blowout. I've said that all maps so far. I think this is exactly what we want to see, as we're going to see fine-tune adjustments now to only going to make the difference between the result that they want. Of course, you got to win by 2, but I think if you're OU, you got to feel like that was pretty good. To come back here and, you know, on your heels and to stop UTD from closing out this map. So 7-7 here. They're going to go up to the top floor. And this is exactly what you want to see. I think this is UTD opted to do this, and they're going to do it again. So they, of course, they feel very confident. I think we're going to see Sug probably go down and flank again in an attempt to stop the attackers, you know, to give a roaming presence. I think this is exactly how you want to attack this OU team if you are a defender, because you want to mess with them and allow them to feel uncomfortable as they try to set down the diffuser and, you know, take care of UTD.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, it's of course going to be easier said than done to take care of this very persistent defense that UT Dallas have brought time and time again. Sug is the player to watch. Sug is that thorn in the side of Oklahoma that has been a factor all night long. That previous round, the reason it was nearly so successful was because Sug was taken off the board on that roam early on. A point of contention here is how much vertical play will Oklahoma try to bring? Every time they've gone for that clear from the bottom up, trying to establish some vertical pressure into Cocktail, Sug has been ready to shut it down. And this time, it seems, more of that pressure will be mounting from the roof, maybe not devoting as much utility to pushing into that first floor and that second floor and taking map control from there. Turks is the player, though, who's not on the roof quite yet, who may be the one to take care of that. But for now, it will be that full pressure from above, that full vertical pressure coming in from this Oklahoma attack, and most of the defenders are hanging out on site. Sug is holding out below, just waiting for any possible roam clear to come through, but it's not going to happen.
Yep, we're going to see the 2 attackers of OU to drop down here on the 3rd floor. Interesting to see. No one really watching the hatch here, but that's all right. So we're going to see Turks eat some bullets to get him down to half health. That's all right, though. He's still alive. Classic's going to take some bullets. I'm not entirely sure how he took some bullets. Frag's going to go out here just to destroy some barbed wire, of course, in the hallway. Edgy Name there, going to be sitting on white stacks. Kung Fu's going to drone him out, though, so he's going to know where that is, but I think he's still going to be holding the angle that he wants to see. Jack Whiskey looking to kill the default cam. Just got to be careful as there's not a defender on the opposite side of the balcony. Sug, of course, just looking the wrong way. I feel like he could have taken out Jack Whiskey there, but Sug's going to be on the flank here. Kung Fu is going to get Edgy Name with a nade. Very skillful nade, very important. He's going to be careful holding the angle of white stairs here. Classic's got to take care of Kung Fu, who just fed his teammate Shrapnel Surprise. Kung Fu, though, as issue. We're going to see issues with the plant going down right now. Out goes a C4, though, a Nitro Cell. Hasn't gone out yet, unless it was shot down. Bait's going to get taken care of. Turks. Classic's going to take care of Kung Fu. A lot happened here in the last seconds of this match as we hit almost the 20-second mark. Bomb's case is going to be down, not planted, though. Rush is going to be coming up from red stairs. Issues is going to go down as Bait feeds him Pokeballs, JC likes to say. Classic's going to take down,
10 seconds to
I'm
go.
sorry, Jack. Whiskey, Rush is going to be left. It's going to be a 4v1 in favor of UTD.
5 seconds.
Rush, his position is known. It doesn't matter. Suggs is going to take care of Rush. A lot of utility there is going to be the kill of the kills. The reason of those kills, JZ, not gunfights this time. We're going to see a lot of utility. But it's going to be 8-7 in favor of UTD. GG's in the chat. Wow, is all I got to say.
Wow, indeed. Map 1 did not disappoint by any stretch of the imagination. There were 2 4Ks from Sug. There were clutches from every single player in this lobby. And of course, we all remember edgy name, the C4 raining from above to clutch it in that 1v4 dire situation, giving UT Dallas a round win. And I think we can all agree that that is exactly why they are your map 1 victors. But going into map number 2, that will be Clubhouse. It is Oklahoma's pick, and I do expect we are going to see the same close matchup back and forth all map long. But we're going to have to wait just a few moments to see it. We will be back in just a few moments. Please stick with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you are just joining us, well, you're in for a treat. We saw an unbelievable map 1 of Cafe with an 8-7 victory going in the favor of UT Dallas, a map filled with epic plays and unbelievable clutches. Once again, I am Jays Wills, and I am joined by Barrett tonight, and well, we saw a great map 1, and we are looking forward to a great map 2 as well. Barrett, tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, if you're UTD, you're gonna take the survival that OU was like pressed on them. That was UTD's map, so that was very important for them to get that win on the map that they chose. But if you're UTD, or I'm sorry, if you're OU, you don't want to hang your heads because you were able to challenge UTD on the map that they chose, and now you're gonna have to do the same here. Predictions wise, I think we're gonna see maybe OU allows maybe 5 rounds here. I know we talked about that in the break, but I think if for OU, you want to lock down the home court that you chose.
I think that's a great point, and we're going to take a look at our ban phase as we're wrapping it up already. We've got the Jackal once again off the board here for Clubhouse. Maverick and Malusi will follow, and the Kaid will go off the board. Something of note, Thatcher remains in play, as does Hibana. Both of these operators very commonly banned on Clubhouse, and something that I think we will definitely see come into play, both the Thatcher and the Hibana. So as we get into this first round, it will be Oklahoma's map pick, and they will be on the attack first. UT Dallas has opted to play defense, and they will be holding down this defensive-sided map as best they can. But like we said, like you said, Barrett, 8-7 on map number 1. It was UT Dallas's pick, and it came down to the wire. And so this one, Oklahoma's pick, I would expect this to be equally close, but I would expect this to maybe go in the favor of Oklahoma. But we know how strong UT Dallas are, especially on Clubhouse as well, so we know exactly how close this map will be. And our first focus, the first site that will be in play, it's going to be Church and Arsenal, the first site of this round, and it will be that traditional on-site hold. We're not going to see a Mozzie, so I don't expect to see any crazy SSG-style roam from this UT Dallas defense.
Yeah, and I think if you are OU, you don't want to ban the Thatcher. I mean, you have that to your ability in the first round. Interesting, though, UTD doesn't opt to ban Thatcher because it's so good with the EMP grenades, destroying utility of the wall denial, which, honestly is the name of the game, especially when you come on here the sites that are above basement. You have dirt tunnel. Of course, that could be electrified or prevent wall denial, but I think right now you got to be happy if you're OU right now having the possession or the ability to pick Thatcher as an.
Well, now, as we continue to see exactly where this attacking push is going to mount from, we see that Turks has a very good drone up here in Garage, as Lukobi will be on this heavy extension on the roam. The drones are pouring his way, so his position will shortly be known. Classic, the Legion here to support. The players pushing into stock will force Classic to rotate away into Secret. Turks is aware that there is a defender upstairs that they are going to have to deal with soon if they want to get this pressure mounting onto the site. Like we mentioned, that's Lukobi. That's the Jaeger, who is that lone roamer on that top floor. Jack Whiskey on the Nomad, air jabbing off Secret to prevent any late rotations from these defenders, and that's going to be Classic, the player in Secret. He might possibly get caught out, but smarter than that, and he will rotate back down to the site.
We're going to see Lukobi, who was the lone defender that you did mention previously. He's going to have to make an ability to get back to site here. Doesn't want to be deterred off from his teammates. Turks going to be going upstairs, looking down the hallway to red stairs. For the event, Lukobi's going to trade some shots here, but it's going to go down. Jack Whiskey takes care of Lukobi, and was I believe Lukobi was unable to make it back to the site that was intended. Of course, we saw Classic scurry away, placing down one of the goo Legion mines, but we're going to see the hatch being opened up here from the Hibana. So hard breachers already in effect here as we see the hatch partially opened up. It's going to need a little bit more of the charge to go down before the hatch is fully broken. But OU on attack now. Very good right now. Got the early pick. but let's see what they can do after this.
Yeah, they've got that early pick, like you mentioned, on Lukobi. The roam has been eliminated, but now they have to deal with the utility and these persistent anchors holding down this site. A blue push is surely to come soon, but Edgy Name will be backing off that position as the utility dump pours their way. Turks pushing down blue while Issues and Jack Whiskey work their way down main stairs. Rush, the Thatcher in play, already all the way up into blue, looks for the Wamai, but can't deliver the shots. Finally, the headshot is found, and now a 3v5 is what UTD are now staring down. Sug gonna take a bit of damage. Classic looks for the player pushing in Moto, finds it. Sug with the answer as well, takes down one with the SMG-11. Classic a double kill. This one's going in UT Dallas's favor all of a sudden, but Sug has been down, and Rush will also be down. It is Issues, the last player remaining. The diffuser now going down. I don't believe UT Dallas are aware of this. They are gonna have to just wait for this to go down, but it has. And now it's a post plant, and now the onus is on UT Dallas. They now have to push into the site. The Alda in hand. Bait will do exactly that. The headshot delivered, in UT Dallas, a successful round number 1.
Classic getting it done here, getting 3 frags here in the first round. You have to mention that was almost not Classic, almost didn't live as he was able to scurry down through garage storage there at the start of the round. Of course, we saw Lukobi go down through the red stairs there, unable to make it back to site. But it's so important to see, like, just seconds or even off from that interaction, that Classic wouldn't even be a part of the map or part of the round, and it would probably go in favor of OU because it felt like they were in the driver's seat. But nevertheless, UT Dallas takes the first round here on Clubhouse.
A seriously impressive first round, and really, you got to give it up to those 3 remaining anchors who just held it down. It was a 3v5. The attackers had the momentum into that site, but it was shut down decisively by those remaining defenders. It was Classic, it was Sug who just shut down that push at every turn. And so now, looking to continue that success, they're heading upstairs now, 2 floors to CCTV and Cash. Sometimes we see this, the primary bomb site for many teams, but this goes back and forth with Church and Arsenal. Teams like these of varying amounts. Some find it a lot easier to defend this top floor, but with attackers being so practiced at attacking both of these sites, it's really could be about who you're playing against rather than which one you prefer to defend as a team. Well, in round number 2, it's your typical setup going down. You've got your reinforcement on that rafters wall, and you've got those holes prepped to see anybody coming up rafters. They have reinforced these garage walls to hopefully stall out this push as much as possible. So now our focus shifts to this attack. Are they going to come in from that construction side, or are we going to see the 90-degree crossfire be established from that plat wall and from rafters instead?
Yeah, and we're going to see Thatcher being used here right away as we see the Bandit was brought, but it's not going to matter as we're going to see potentially a Bandit trick here, and it's going to be successful in the first batch here, but I think you're going to be playing with a dangerous game here at the start. So the Thatcher, though left on the board, is not going to help open up that exterior wall, which is fine. You don't have to, it doesn't help all the way. We're going to see Turkso destroy both the Bandit, the batteries there, so that's important. A charge there in order to open up the wall. So we're going to see Kung Fu telling his team that, hey, this wall is soft over here. Let's open this thing up as opposed to one that's reinforced.
Well, Edgy Name's going to get over-aggressive, really wanted to continue to Bandit trick that, and while courageous as that was, you can respect the courage. Edgy Name has found their grave, and that is not going to be what UT Dallas wanted here in round number 2. And with that, the exothermic charge now able to go on the wall, and the wall will be opened wide. Lukobi playing pretty aggressively on this construction side, looked for that player over who's pushing in master, but quick to fall off as that angle has been known. But now, I believe he has been spotted out in the bar. Possibly not, though. Jack Whiskey actually has no idea of the position of the Jaeger. Lukobi could get pretty cheeky with a flank here as the Nomad, the air jab placed down, will be taken down, but so will Turk. Sug finds the headshot on to the Ash. It either Turks would have had it or Lukobi would have had it, but regardless, the Ash has now been taken down and the man count has been equalized at 4 versus 4.
Yep, and about 50 seconds left here. Bait's going to be sitting up here with the Alda, of course. Going to be eating a couple flashes here. Well, my Magnet's going to save those. So we're going to see bullets traded from rafters to the outside. Classic's going to get a piece of issues there. He's taken down to half health. So it's now going to be just sitting off site here. It's going to see Sug's going to be sitting off here. Lukobi still sitting there under the hatch unknowingly. Issues is going to go down, though. He's going to be finished off by Classic, assumingly he was on the outside. Well, my Magnet doing work, as we see here from the red stairs. Doesn't see him due to the smoke that was presented to him. Jack Whiskey's going to take down Bait. Classic's going to take down Rush. Sug is going to get his second kill of the round, but Lukobi is going to be the one who finishes off Jack Whiskey, and UTD is going to take round 2 of the map.
Well, once again, it came down to the 20-second execute. The 20-second meta that was so common in the previous season, it's still hanging around. It's still rearing its ugly head from time to time, and it came into effect in these back-to-back defenses on Clubhouse. That's simply because the attackers have struggled to deal with a combination of some extended roam play from Lukobi, in addition to the ample utility they have to clear to get on in the site. And once again, it was those remaining anchors from UT Dallas who just shut down the push, who said, I don't care that you've got our players. I don't care that we're down the man count. We are going to take this round win anyway. That's exactly what they did, and that's 2 rounds in a row that they now have to their name. But that does mean we are headed to the tertiary bomb site. Gym and bedroom is now the focus. Obviously, the harder site to defend of the 3 bomb sites generally seen here on Clubhouse. So this is the round that Oklahoma are going to need to get that momentum back, to get that pressure mounting on this defense and start to rack up some attacking round wins.
And we're actually going to see Classic here picking Bandit as opposed to Edgy Name. A different player, maybe going to do a different style. Of course, I think we're going to still go with the Bandit trick here. We're actually not going to see Thermite, though, but we do see, maybe that's just an interesting, I think they were able to think, oh, we got it done, with the Ash. Of course, I think it's all different, especially on a different site. So, but if you're Oklahoma, you gotta take care of yourself here. This is your map. This is your home. This is what you picked here. As we see, they're going to be getting into CCTV. Ultimately, though, you got to get the job done here.
Well, it appears that Classic will be the Bandit Tricker now on that jacuzzi wall. Of course, the castle barricade will be there to defend that, but the focus of this round right now will be this cache extension. That will be Sug, the Jaeger, over in cache, and the Bait, the castle, over in construction to support. Turks, the player, elected to pressure this out, looking for any picks here, but nobody presenting themselves, but Rush will find that one, making me eat my words there, as Sug will present himself to that angle, and Rush will deliver the kill. Bait now falling down to the bar, playing this a bit more passively. Could be an effective position to hold, but a dangerous one if the attackers do discover the position of the castle. Lukobi is also below to support. Classic attempting the Bandit trick, but once again, the Bandit is punished. Issues with the AK-12 will find the headshot, and the Selma will now be able to open up that jacuzzi wall.
Yep, and it's going to be 3-5 here in Oklahoma, and in favor of Oklahoma, and this is what you exactly want here. Rush is going to be notified of his position by the proximity mine. Edgy Name here, going to be holding up here in bathroom, pinned basically between a rock and a hard place, as he has attackers on the outside. Going to have the smoke go out in the attempt to give himself some space. Actually, he's going to take a little bit of damage from his own smoke. Shots going to be fired out. Kung Fu's going to take down Bait. 5-2 in favor of Oklahoma. Edgy Name, though, is going to take down Rush, even in the numbers. Lukobi with a big pick here. Edgy Name is going to go down in bathrooms. Issue's going to pick up his second kill of the round, picking up where he left off. Lukobi is going to kill Kung Fu. 1-2 in favor of Oklahoma. The plant is going to be going down from Issues. Lukobi on very little health, though. very little health. There's nothing he can do, but it doesn't matter as he kills Jack Whiskey, and he picks up Issues to kill the attacks of Oklahoma. Shots spraying around in celebratory fashion. Lukobe, with very little health, is able to take care of the Oklahoma attack and is going to win round 3 for UT Dallas. Wow.
Defenders win.
That was absolutely incredible. It was a 1v4 with 1 HP. How do you win that? I simply have no idea. But Lukobe, oh my word, it was brilliant. And they just took that round win in a huge fashion. That is a clip. You're posting that to Twitter. You're calling your mom. You're celebrating. That is how good that moment was. The 1 HP clutch of the century. Just incredible stuff. And that is exactly what UT Dallas needed on that tertiary bomb site to keep that pressure on, to keep that momentum going. That is 3 rounds in a row in their hands. And now on this second half of at least the UT Dallas defense, Oklahoma now are going to have to do what they did so well on Cafe. Adaptability, change up your strategy. How do you deal with these persistent anchors? How do you stop players like Lukobe from clutching up like that? It seems impossible, and it very well may be. But Oklahoma are going to have to find something. They're going to have to find a way to shut down this defense, because on Clubhouse, attacking is where you make your presence felt. You win this map on attack, because these are the rounds that are so hard to find. So if you can find 2 or 3 attacking rounds on Clubhouse, you're in a very good spot into your hat.
Attackers are moving out.
Yes, absolutely. You mentioned that exactly. You know, getting the momentum, especially Oklahoma picked this map. Oklahoma, you're right, is going to have to be flexible in their attack. They know this map. This is why they picked it. They're going to have to pull out some different strats here. UT Dallas doing things maybe they weren't predicted by Oklahoma, and that's why it is 3-0. Of course, we've seen the bandit tricking wasn't even a factor, it seems like. But it doesn't matter, because all it does is slow down the attack of Oklahoma, as we're going to hear bullets ring out. But I think it's just super interesting to see how though it doesn't help like get any picks from the outside, or I'm sorry, the inside shooting out, but it just stalls time. And that's exactly what it's done to Oklahoma.
I mean, you got to give it up to Oklahoma for a good attack for the most part on that previous round. I mean, that was their round to win. I mean, they had everything going in their favor, but they just could not take down Lukobe, who only had 1 HP left. But in this round, our focus is on round number 4. We will clip that. We'll come back to that one later. I'm sure we'll see it in a highlight reel somewhere. But for now, round number 4 is our focus. This push, working their way downstairs from Oklahoma, is our focus. But UT Dallas are playing this incredibly smart. They know that Oklahoma are going to be looking to get a clean roam clear this time, and they are not going to let themselves be felled by this brilliant roam clear. They have all turtled on this first floor. They started upstairs, they took out some drones, and then they retreated onto the basement. A brilliant roam strategy, and now all they have to do is stall out this final push from Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're going to see Issues getting a peek there of Sug, who's sitting down there. Smoke is going to be eaten, but the frag is going to go out from Kung Fu. Doesn't hit anyone, so Kung Fu is going to be the one eating that. Smoke in that exchange. Kung Fu going to be out here on the drone. We're going to see action pick up here with 50 seconds left. Edgy Name firing into the church section of the site. Lukobe is going to go down. Kung Fu is going to take him down, but Edgy Name evens the score by killing Turks here. Bait is going to kill Jack Whiskey here, making it 4-3 in favor of UTD. Kung Fu is actually down right now, so it is technically a 4v2 unless they can get up their teammate. Rush is going to notify everyone else around him by hitting that note, and it doesn't matter. 4-2 in favor of Rush, which is actually a 4v1. Issues is able to pick up Kung Fu though, so it is a true 4v2, but we've hit the 15-second mark, and they are no position to plant right now. Pinned down right now. Classic's going to pick up Kung Fu, and through the breach hole down goes Ace as Sug takes care of Issues. UT Dallas keeping up the streak right now, 4-0 as they take this round.
Another very successful defensive performance, rather, from UT Dallas, and a 4-0 lead is now what Oklahoma need to crawl their way and claw their way back from. If they are able to pick up 2 rounds here, they are still very much in this fight. 1 or 2 rounds on attack is all you need on Clubhouse to keep yourself in this fight. But if you allow UT Dallas to get 5, even 6, a defensive round wins, that is a very concerning point to be at, especially on your own map pick, especially on Clubhouse, where 1 or 2 attacking rounds, it's not hard to secure because you have to go to the tertiary bomb site eventually, and those rounds should be attacking round wins. But we're once again going to see how Oklahoma can change up their attack. We're headed over to CCTV and Cash. Of course, that adaptation in Church, their attack there was not enough to get that round win, but maybe they have what it takes to change it up here on CCTV. Rush, of course, the IGL, is surely to be calling the strat here, looking at that previous defense from UT Dallas and trying to counter it as best they can. But what UT Dallas are doing brilliantly right now, Barrett, is they're changing up their defense just in subtle ways every single round. They're not doing the same thing twice, and this is making Oklahoma unable to adapt between rounds. They have to adapt during the round, and that is something that can be so hard to do even for the most experienced in-game leaders.
Yeah, exactly, Jay-Z. And you look at it, even just on the site, if we look over there in Cash, they opened up a second hole there to give themselves a better angle, because I think they are anticipating that OU, and actually we're going to see Turks slip and fall off the side of the building there, so a little bit of a health differential right there at the start. That is not going to be in favor of OU. Not exactly what you want, especially when you're down 4 rounds here. That's troublesome, but they're going to take the exterior wall here from the gym side. Sugg, who is going to be hiding from the other side of the team, is probably going to scurry back to site. But Jay-Z, you are right. They are doing different things to keep OU unpredicted, if you will.
Yeah, I think you're searching for on their toes, and Sugg will be on his toes, and he'll find the shots onto Turks, removing the Zofia from that construction window. So a perfect roam play from the Jaeger will now give the advantage to UT Dallas. It's 5 versus 4. They have the advantage, and despite being down the man count in almost every single prior round, they still win these anyway. So imagine what they can do when they have the man advantage. Well, I guess this attack from construction is going to figure that out very soon. The EMP grenades will go out, as will the exothermic charge on the construction wall, but an impact trick is underway, and Bait will take that out, removing that exothermic charge from the board. Issue still has 1 more, but will now be rotating around to the CCTV wall to use that there. Kung Fu taken down to 50 HP from the Toxic Babes, and the M590 will finish the job. Rush will respond, finally removing Luke Kobe from play, but now a 4 versus 3 is now what are now staring down.
Sugg's going to be trailing around here in attempts to get a flank, or at least scurry back to site. Classics going to be taking down Jack Whiskey, making it a 4-2 in favor of UTD. Nitro Cell from Edgy Name. We've seen this one before as he tosses it out, and it's going to hit again as he takes down Rush. Bait's going to finish up Issues, and Edgy Name again with a key Nitro Cell placement. UTD taking round 5.
Another incredible defensive performance from UT Dallas. This team that we're seeing in front of us, on Cafe, they were good. But what we're seeing right now is incredible siege. They are playing this so smart. They're playing it patient. They're playing like very good defenders right now. And it is a pleasure to witness. And Oklahoma, they are struggling to deal with it. And I'm not surprised. This is a tough defense to crack, and one that Bait has been leading his team in putting up right now. And it is impressive to witness, to say the least. But the tertiary bomb site, it's gym and bedroom once again in play, and it's going to be tough for Luke Kobe to get a 3 HP 1v4 clutch again. So UT Dallas have to find some changes here. They can't let themselves get picked off so early, but regardless of how it went last time, you cannot argue, Barrett, that UTD don't have the overwhelming momentum right now.
Yeah, and I think if you're OU, you have to absolutely change what you're doing. Of course, of kind of not a fluke, but a very skillful play from Lukobi was able to deter the round on the original first time around on this site. And I think if Lukobi, you don't want to be in that situation again, of course, because you want to be, you want to be able to take care of the team before you have to get down to a 3 HP clutch. But yeah, if you're OU, you have to pull out all the stops here. It's 5-0 right now. You don't want to be going on your heels on defense, on on match point, and because that, especially on your home turf, it's not good in any way.
Yeah, they're going to have to find this round, or I would consider this over before the defensive half for Oklahoma even gets started. They need at least one, and even then, it is going to be so tough to stall out a UT Dallas attack that I know is going to be extraordinary. But Turks takes a lot of damage early on, almost the same as falling off the roof, but this time delivered at the hands of the Jaeger. But the Jaeger gonna get cut down here, rushed with the G8, finds the headshot, brilliant timing there to get that coordinated roam clear. So finally, Oklahoma have found some traction in an attacking round. You've got 3 players working their way in from the jacuzzi balcony, but they do have a very persistent Bandit tricking this wall. Issues teasing this exothermic charge time and time again, but Bandit with a beautiful Bandit trick will take that off the wall. That is huge, as is the pick onto Turks by the castle.
Yeah, and we're going to see bullets fly out here as Bait, who has been so strong for UT Dallas, able to scurry away here from the gunfire. Lukobi going to be out there in dirt tunnel. I don't know what he's doing out there. Maybe an attempt to find someone or get a pick, but we're going to see Bait's going to be droned out here. We'll see if he scurries away. Shots coming in from Intel from OU that they have. We'll have to see if they got that exterior wall. Can't really see. No, they did not, so they have to go a different way. So Jack Whiskey going to be peering in to Jim unknowingly. He is okay to go in there. Of course, he's going to Intel just to make sure. We're going to see Kung Fu throwing some shots into just pre-fires. I don't think anyone knows. Lukobi's going to be looking up into hatch to an event to get someone from construction. We're going to see Bait go down here. 3-4. Kung Fu takes care of him. Lukobi with an absolute Lukobi with the Lukobi, and we're going to see Russ get taken down. Jack Whiskey's going to get the bomb down here, an event to put pressure on the UTD Dallas defense. A Claymore is going to be placed, a sneaky Claymore, edgy name with almost literally no health is going to be here, but Lukobi is going to go down as Kung Fu takes care of him. OU finally, and actually we're going to see Classic with another Kobe, Jack Whiskey, 2-1 in favor of UT Dallas, and UT Dallas is going to take care of the OU attack. Be careful though of the Claymore. I don't know if they saw it. They attacked there. Okay, so they're all in the clear. UT Dallas is going to take this round another nade session right here, as we're going to see the C4s flying JZ in the favor of UT Dallas.
Incredible retake. I mean, simply incredible. And whether that was the fault of Oklahoma for some poor post-plant positioning or just brilliant UT Dallas C4s and a retake, you really can't say. I think it was a little bit of both. Maybe those attackers who then became the defenders in gym weren't in the right positioning. Maybe that was it. But really, you got to give it up to UT Dallas and a textbook retake. They didn't force preventing the plant. They heard the plant go down, but they were simply okay with it. They knew what they had to do for the retake. The calls went out, the pings went out, the shots ran through, and the C4s rained from below, and it shut down that attack decisively after the bomb went down. And now we're staring down a 6-0 match point. UT Dallas is on their way to a flawless 7-0 clubhouse. I don't think we are going to see that. I do think Oklahoma could indeed find their way back into this one. But do I think they can find 6 rounds in a row? I don't think so about that. What do you think, Barrett?
You know, that's going to be that's a tall task right there. I don't think that's really possible. I don't think it's going to be a shutout though. This is the problem, though. Now you have given UT Dallas the Thatcher to deter the wall denial of Bandit. Of course, we're going to see Issues attempt to Bandit trick here to his best of his ability in order to stop the Thatcher from getting wall entry here from that exterior wall on CCTV. But, I think it was a smart decision. You can't blame him because this is exactly what you wanted on your attack to have Thatcher to get the wall denial or the wall entry. But now you've given it to UTD and you're down 6-0. Jay-Z, it is not looking good.
Yeah, for Oklahoma, it is not looking great. They came here tonight to make a name for themselves. I thought they were going to do it on map 1, and well, they did. But are they going to be able to do it once again? Seems that this plat wall is going to be open wide, and that is going to make this even harder for them to crawl it back. Issues was not able to remove more than one Selma from the wall, so Bait, having used one Selma, has one more in pocket, and that is going to rain on through. There is a bit of this roam extension. You've got Kung Fu in bathroom, and you've got Turks, the Vigil, below in the bar on that flank. But for now, UT Dallas are not opting to deal with this. They're going straight for CCTV. They're going to establish that Rafters crossfire, and that will be the job of Sug, who has now opened that garage wall with those Habana pellets and will be looking to get the pressure onto those Rafters players. Luke Kobe will assist the Habana in getting that going as Edgy Name works their way in from below to get some vertical pressure going onto Cash.
And we're going to see Sug here with the pressure, the opening of the garage here on the bottom. So the delayed response to the Habana pellets are going to open up here. Probably more of a distraction, but Jack Whiskey's going to be waiting for any attacker to be opening up that exterior reinforced wall, as we're going to see a gunfight go out here between Classic. Jack Whiskey's going to take care of Classic, though. Classic's been very good for UTD this map here, but he's not going to be involved in this match point. This first match point here, as he's going to be taken down. 4v5 in favor of Oklahoma. Edgy Name's just going to look for something. Sug's going to take care of Jack Whiskey, though, avenging his fallen brother. Going to see Issues take care of Lakobe here on red stairs. Issues hiding there because he knows the walled entry is open. Oh, Edgy Name getting a piece of rush. He doesn't know that he's down, though, but great tracing through the wall. Oh, if he just fires there, he could take care of Turks, but he does not. He's going to escape. 30 seconds left. Sug going to be hiding away, evading bullets here as he reloads. Looking down here, Sug is going to take care of Kung Fu, but they're actually going to trade. Edgy Name going to take care of Issues. Bait is going to take care of Turks. 2v2 here. I'm sorry, a 2v1 here, folks. Rush just left. The match is on the line. Edgy Name and Bait closing in on Rush as the gridlock spikes go out. And it is going to be over. Bait takes care of Rush. GG's in the chat. A 7-0 on Clubhouse. Picked by Oklahoma. Now, we talked about a statement, Jay-Z, on the first map. This was a statement by UT Dallas in compared to being on Clubhouse. This was crazy.
This was crazy. 7-0 on Clubhouse. I think everyone in the community just wrote down, do not take UT Dallas to Clubhouse. Avoid it at all costs. Because that was a decisive victory, to say the least, against a team that not only looked incredibly strong on Cafe, but has looked incredibly strong all season long. They took Oklahoma State the distance. They played against Baylor. They destroyed them 14-2. I am shocked at what I just witnessed, and I think UT Dallas, they're just feeling themselves. They're feeling great right now. I cannot imagine what it must be like to be in their comms, because they've got to be hyped. They've got to be ready to go, and heading into the playoffs, the place that now they have guaranteed themselves a spot, they are going to be one of the teams to beat, as will many of the teams here in this Gulf Coast division.
Yeah, and Jay-Z, you could argue that, I mean, you can maybe give the one round to OU where Lakobe gets the 3 health clutch. But other than that, it was textbook by UT Dallas here to deter Oklahoma in the first batch of the rounds there. We talked about this going the distance. I wasn't really expecting a 7-0 here, a sweep, if you will, on the map that Oklahoma picked. UTD, they got to be buzzing right now, because this is exciting, especially taking this momentum into the playoffs. It's amazing.
It really is. And we are actually going to get a chance to hear exactly what it was like in their comms. Bait from UT Dallas will be joining us here for an interview. Bait, welcome to the booth and congratulations on that victory 7-0 on Clubhouse. How are you feeling?
I'm on cloud nine, right, man? I'm so hyped and happy for my team and happy to be in this interview right now.
Well, it was impressive to watch. And Barrett, I'll let you take it away with some questions.
Yeah, so I mean, just going back to Lacobe's clutch. I mean, I just want to know what was that right there, that moment where you guys knew, like, okay, we could potentially take this 7-0, especially after such a precision moment by Lacobe to deter Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, I mean that was huge by Lukobe. He just came out. We had the info. We had the Valcam. He was able to get that guy in gym and then finish off that guy. We knew we could take him 7-0 at that point. We knew we could do it.
Yeah, and so now you're taking the momentum. You have the ability to go into the playoffs, especially after a performance like this tonight. How do you guys feel? How far you guys can go in this competition?
Final Four definitely is our expectation here. We're looking to make a deep run, and I hope this is a big statement that supports that.
I mean, I think this was quite the statement. It was a pleasure to watch. And I think I do want to talk about Cafe a little bit and how that shifted over into Clubhouse. And I think everyone in the community is also a bit interested. Was Cafe simply you like your team playing, out of your element a bit poorly, or was it Oklahoma who really just were playing absolutely well?
Our team, our attacks were definitely very slow, sluggish. Immediately after the game, we were commenting on how we basically had 20 seconds every attack. So if we clean that up, and eventually, I saw there was one round, I don't know if y'all noticed this, where we just straight up went in the second floor and said, screw the top floor because it's not worth clearing it. But we just need to work on cleaning up those attacks. Things will get better.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, I think. Go ahead.
I just have one more question. We talked about Lacobe having a very clutch moment. Edgy name with the nitro cell from the other side of the room and bakery there to send it basically to get the extend overtime there. That had to be a moment right there where you guys felt like you could lock up Cafe.
Oh, that was so huge. Our entire Discord just lit up. Our whole team was so excited, and then that momentum really drove us to win that map.
Well, you really did it in style, and the 7-0 on Clubhouse. I mean, other than I guess there's not much to say about it. It was clean. It was just nonstop aggression from you guys, and man, you guys played really, really well. It was a pleasure to watch. And so, Bait, I'll pass the mic to you, my friend. Your chance to shout out your teammates, your supporters, anyone who you'd like. The mic is yours.
Awesome. I'd like to first of all shout out my team. You guys come and you put the work in and you get stuff done week in and week out. Second, I'd like to you guys, the production crew, you guys are always amazing. I know I say that every time, but I mean it every time I say it. You guys are amazing. Thanks for putting this on, and just so happy to be here and have this opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And well, we really appreciate it, Bait. And once again, congratulations on your victory tonight. You've sent a message to the community. I think we have heard it loud and clear. Don't take UT Dallas to Clubhouse. That's what I've learned. And I think that's what everyone in the open playoffs will be thinking as you go for that deep run, like you said. It was a pleasure speaking to you, my man. Congratulations, and I'll talk to you next time.
All right. See y'all later. Have a good one.
You too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was an amazing match to watch. I think we thought it was going to go the distance, but UT Dallas on Clubhouse, they said not a damn chance. 7-0, a decisive win, and a flashy win full of plays from every single player on both of these rosters. An incredible night of Siege, but we're not done for the week. Tomorrow, we've got a night full of Siege on both the main and the Bravo channels. I think we're bringing you 4 games, so be sure to tune in starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. But until then, I have been Jays Wills. I am joined by Barrett tonight, who we're going to see a lot more of in the coming weeks. A great face in the collegiate scene. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you all have a great night. See ya.